Drama, disappointment and DIY on BBC One in a moment. Ex-EastEnder Mike Reed helps Birmingham families do up their homes. The latest news from the BBC now with Hugh Edwards.
Good afternoon. President Clinton has said that this morning's cruise missile attacks on Iraq should serve as a warning to Saddam Hussein. He said that those who abuse their own people should pay a price. Iraqi television claims that 5 people were killed and 19 wounded in the attacks on military buildings in the south of the country.
Mr. Clinton flew back to Washington last night. His first task this morning was to justify America's attack. He spoke of President Saddam's cruelty to the Kurds and underlined America's resolve to stop his excesses.
Our objectives are limited, but clear: to make Saddam pay a price for the latest act of brutality, reducing his ability to threaten his neighbors and America's interests.
This was almost exclusively an American operation. The missiles were fired from 2 warships in the Gulf and from B-52 bombers. Britain's only involvement was to allow them to refuel at Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean on the long journey from their base at Guam. Some of America's allies feel uneasy about the attack. France and Spain haven't supported it, but Germany has, and so has Britain.
Previously, in northern Iraq, he has massacred thousands of people and driven others into the hills where they've starved to death or died of cold. We can't hang around for another humanitarian disaster like that to occur.
One of the no-fly zones across southern Iraq is to be extended to within 30 miles of Baghdad, giving more protection to Allied pilots who patrol it. With this in mind, the Americans hit air defense systems and radar sites in the southern sector. President Saddam's response was defiant. He said his forces would shoot down any hostile planes and added that the no-fly zones would be ignored.
Belgian police say they found human bones at a house owned by Marc Dutroux, the chief suspect in the country's child abduction and murder investigation. Officers have spent several days digging and using sonar equipment at the house near Charleroi in southern Belgium. Bodies of 2 8-year-old girls were found at another of Dutroux's homes in the same town. The government has announced plans to test all 5-year-olds in England when they start school. The tests could include assessing pupils on how well they count and whether they recognise simple words. The Education Secretary, Gillian Shepherd, said the scheme would be made compulsory in 2 years' time. Norma Major is preparing to take on a high-profile political role. She's joining the Prime Minister on the campaign trail for the next 2 weeks. Party strategists are hoping she'll be able to boost the Conservative Party's chances in the run-up to the next general election. And that's it for now. There'll be another update for you at 5 to 4.
A 26-year-old woman has been found hanged in a cell at Corntonville Prison near Stirling. Denise Devine is the 5th remand prisoner to have been found dead at the jail in the past 15 months. It's been announced that the Daily Express and the Sunday Express are to merge their editorial teams. The merger will result in 85 job losses. A health team has been launched by Greater Glasgow Community and Mental Health Services NHS Trust to break down ethnic barriers in the NHS. Leaders from the minority communities are already hailing the project as a groundbreaking move which should be copied elsewhere. Strathayard Farms in Skye will be the first fish farm in Scotland to use the drug ivermectin to get rid of sea lice on fish, despite concerns from fishermen and conservationists. Pollution watchdogs say its use should pose no environmental threat. That's it, more just before 4.
And the only cricket match not underway this morning was down at Southampton, where it was drizzling. But since then, we've seen the skies brightening up a little bit, some sunshine breaking through across East Anglia and the south east. The brighter skies moving westwards all the time. There's still a fair amount of cloud across the country, still some pockets of drizzle about, but there's some sunshine certainly in the west and now across that southeastern part of Britain. And temperatures reaching 22, 23 degrees, where you get prolonged sunshine this afternoon. A blanket of cloud tonight, still some pockets of rain and drizzle around, but many places staying dry and temperatures no lower than 12, generally speaking. Well, the high pressure is still in charge for the next few days, but quite a fresh wind blowing across this southeastern part during the next 48 hours or so. Doesn't mean to say tomorrow's starting off pretty grey in many areas, but already some sunshine in the west, and many parts having a warm afternoon with some sunny breaks.
what you think I am. But the higher I go, the crookeder it becomes. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Killing each other for money, for pride, for family. Am I a gangster? It was not what I wanted!
The Godfather, Part 3.
That's the price you pay.
On BBC 2.
BBC Two returns to this afternoon's film now, Home Fires Burning.